Bitcoin is close to its all-time high. Does it make sense to finally sell? Because in the end, the game is about buying low and selling high. Now, it always feels like this when we are going up, that it will go up forever. And it always feels in a bear market as if it will keep dipping forever. But there are some metrics we can look at to try to determine when a bear market stops, when a bull market stops. Let's have a look at the data. And let's start with something that's very bullish for Bitcoin. The reference price of the market is pretty high. So check out the realized cap net position change, this line here in orange. The change itself is indicated in green and in red. Sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down, but rarely is the price here in black for an extended period of time below this orange line. It happened during the COVID crash, it happened during the FTX collapse, but whenever we are below, it's an extraordinary great time to buy. Now currently that level is very high. The realized cap is at 656 billion. A drop of just 15% or so would already bring us in clear buying territory. So the risk might not be as high as the price might suggest. Just have a look at when we were at comparably high prices. The realized cap had been way lower at that time. And so usually the trend turns around whenever something extreme happens. So there's extreme fear, people realize a lot of their losses, or there is a lot of gains that are currently realized. And so check this out. At the beginning of 2021, we had a massive spike in net realized profit. And that was also when the rally somewhat slowed down. So I moved from 5k all the way to 40k, then a lot of profit was realized, and then we simply just creeped up a little bit more, but really the massive multiple X rally was done. Then we see massive loss taking in summer of 2022. This was also when most of the bear market was already over. Now we've seen that profit taking happening again in the middle of March. I was one of those people that took profit over here, but currently with those new all-time highs in the price, we don't see yet a spike in profit taking. Again, that's a rather positive sign, right? We aren't at any extreme levels, and normally the current trend only turns around at extreme levels, and we are currently bullish. Now here's my favorite metric to determine if long-term holder whales are selling. Because if the diamond hands that own a lot of Bitcoin, when they suddenly move their Bitcoin, that's also when I get scared. And that is when this metric is spiking. The metric is the value days destroyed multiple. So when you hold, say, 10 Bitcoin and you don't move it for 10 days and then you move it after 10 days, then you're destroying 100 value days. Now, the more Bitcoin you hold and for the longer you hold it, and when you then decide to suddenly move those Bitcoin, that's then when this goes up. And this is when we have to be careful. And again, it peaked at around the beginning of 2021 when most of the rally was over. To get the full length video, feel free to simply subscribe over here. Then you get it recommended by the algorithm.